How good are Sri Lankan people at English?
50-50. I don't have any what do you call that? I don't have any analyze, but
You didn't analyze.
yeah.
Okay. What about your daughter?
But good, huh?
You have daughter or son?
Daughter. I have
Daughter.
yeah.
She studies also English at school or kindergarten.
Yes.
Is it obligatory? They must to study at English?
Yes, we have a subject as a subject. Yeah, subject.
Yes. Okay. Do you practice speaking with your English?
Practice mean when
Yeah.
we
Do you
are
talk to your English or
when we
only
are-
Sinhala?
Sinhala. Mostly we are using
Mostly
Sinhala.
Sinhala.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think English is important nowadays?
Sorry.
Why do you think English is important?
Usually we are using in the international as a
Yes.
international language. So when we are going to the out of the country, so it's very useful.
Important. Yes, you are right. How good are Sri Lankan people at English?
I think most are good at English because nowadays with the technology and this globalization, it has become a common language.
Yes.
I think most of the people now know English. If you mainly in the city limits, they know.
So especially in which cities mostly people speak in English?
I think almost all the cities, there are people who can speak English. Only in some villages we might get, but even there you might be able to find somebody who can speak English.
Okay. From which age kids start to learn English language?
From the kindergarten or the preschool level, they try to teach because there are some schools like that, and even from the grade 1 onwards, they are going to go for English language.
Okay. So do you speak with your daughter only in Sinhala, or you try to also practice English with your?
We use both the languages.
So why do you think English is important nowadays?
Because now it's like a global community.
Yeah.
So I think there are no barriers now. Even though there are countries like Sri Lanka and those things, but when you go for other countries, you should know English. Otherwise, you can't survive.
Yes, you're right. Tell me please, how good are Sri Lankans at English?
There are most of people who speak English nowadays. So there are people who speak English very well, like 100%. And yeah, there are lots of people who
How is
speak.
that possible? How almost everyone can speak English? They learn at school or it's obligatory?
Most of them learn in school because English is a compulsory language until O levels. So we get our knowledge in local syllabus in government school until O level. We get English in international school. We do have international school where we do all the subjects in English medium. So those kids have 100% level English knowledge.
Yes. Who teach English language? Like foreigner from abroad or local Sri Lankan teacher?
Local Sri Lankan teachers. Some international schools they hire foreigners for English. Not every international school. Some international schools.
Okay. In which city mostly English is spoken?
Which city?
Yes.
I think maybe Colombo.
Colombo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How good are Sri Lankan people at English?
Actually, most probably 85% to 90% they can speak and also the write.
In every region of Sri Lanka, everyone can speak English?
Not everyone can speak in the English, but most probably educated, not only for the educated people, but just hear from the tourists, tour guides and the normal people, beach boys, they can just broken English also they can speak and understand.
In which city mostly spoken English?
Colombo, Galle, Hikkaduwa, as well as Mathara too, but most tourism area the people are speaking English and Colombo 7.
Did you study English at school?
Yes.
So how did you improve your English language?
Actually, I just using to acknowledge my vocabulary. That's the main thing, and I'm watching English movies those days, and I just try to speak. The thing is, first of all we need the
Yes.
We have to love the language, and we have to like the language. At that time, we can speak any other language, not only the English.
You are right. How good are Sri Lankans at English?
Some people are future. They are good, but I am not.
You are good enough. Very good English. Very fluent. Tell me please, in which cities English are spoken mostly?
What mean?
In which city English is spoken
Colombo.
mostly? Colombo.
Yes.
Okay.
Colombo people good in English most time.
Why? Why not other cities? Why only Colombo?
They are good but not useful in their country, city.
How do you practice to speak English?
Mostly school. I learn English.
Are you a student?
No, I am working now.
Working?
Yes.
Do you use English while you work?
No,
Only Tamil or Sinhala?
singer.
Sinhala.
Yes.
Okay. Do you study English at school or where? Or
I'm
your
studying in school.
school?
Yes.
So your sisters also study English?
Yes.
They can speak English?
Not good in. They're both like me.
Because you don't practice a lot, right?
Yes.
How good are Sri Lankans at English?
Nowadays younger generation always can to speak in English, but in the village people some speak in the little bit. I think Sri Lanka is the developing country and not to the same area, same the education.
Okay. In which city there are more English speaking people in Sri Lanka?
I think in the Colombo is the more spoken English in Sri Lanka.
Okay. How do you learn English language at school or you practice yourself?
I am studying in the university English medium and I am following the mass communication special English medium, and Sri Lankan children have a lot of opportunity learning English because the grade 1 and grade 13 to follow in English language.
Okay. Are they like government schools or private schools which study at English language?
I think government school and international school always following the English medium, but always have a government children
Yes.
not to have a lot of opportunity. International school always have opportunities.
Like
to
privates have
English.
more, yeah?
Yeah.
How good are Sri Lankans at English?
The Sri Lankans good in English. I think most of the Colombo people and the city who are living in the cities, they can speak English. When we are moving to the rural area, they can speak little bit in English. I think our mother tongue is Sinhala, and some of them Tamil's mother tongue is Tamil. I think that's the reason for that. But in nowadays, the new generation can speak in English better than the elder generation.
When you speak Sinhala, you are mixing with English or just proper?
Yes, we are mixing with English when we are talking in Sinhala. We call it Singlish because it's the trend. It is a trend. We sometimes we don't know the exact Sinhala word for some English words. So we are always using English with the Sinhala. We call it Singlish.
And what about accent? Like you are following like British accent or American accent?
Yeah, I think since in my childhood, we are actually my mother learned English to me. So in that period, she was follow the British English for me. I think most of the Sri Lankans follow the British English, not the American. The accent can be variable because we are Sri Lankan. As we are Sri Lankan, so our accent most of the time it's similar to the Sinhala. I think not it's similar to the British or the America. I think it's most of the time it's similar to the Sinhala because our Sinhala alphabet has a lot of variations in our phonetics. I think that is the reason when we are talking in English, it's not like British, it's not like a US, but some of them can imitate that one very. I think I heard some of them use that. They are imitating.
How sounds like Sri Lankan accent? Like Russian accent, like how are you, my brother?
No.
What
We
about-
are not using that R sound. Indians are using that R.
Yours is like close to Indians, yeah?
Yeah, we are close to Indians, but we are not pronouncing that R. We
Can you say something? I want to repeat.
no, actually, I not familiar with that. This is the way I talk in English. I think it's not like a British and American.
Sri Lankan, yeah?
Yeah.